Go back in your cell.
Could you possibly give me that whenever I get out? That photo?
Nope.
I don't get to see my own mugshot? We don't get to see our own mugshots, sir? Mr. Officer?
Right. What?
We don't get to see our own mugshots?
I'll
Just a
give it to
simple
you
question.
later.
Okay, thank you.
There you go. Jesus Christ.
Yes. I am in the middle of things. I am in the middle of things. Yes. Yes, I know.
Hello.
Oh, hello? Oh, I mean, my bad.
You still want a bench trial?
Yes, sir. Also, if you could call my lawyer Jaeger, that would be much appreciated.
What do you want, dude?
My lawyer as well.
Well, yeah, you're gonna get one at a bench trial.
Okay, okay. I've
What do you think
never,
a bench trial
I've
is?
never really done this before,
Then
Mr.
why are you
Officer,
requesting one?
because I know that bench trials are very nice sometimes.
Man, he must have hit you really fucking hard in your head. Jesus Christ.
That's wild.
All right, turn around.
All right. Also, I don't know why you're being so rude, sir. I've never
'Cause you
really
won't
done
shut
this.
up. That's the only reason I'm asking.
Okay,
That's the only
okay.
reason. You won't shut up.
Okay, well, how about this?
Okay, put your hands up.
Let's make a deal. How about this? I will be a little less chatty if you stop being such a fucking asshole, okay?
Well, if
All
you
right?
become less chatty, I'll become less an asshole. You
I'm
just
just
won't shut the
I'm
fuck
just
up.
asking questions because I've never done this before, okay?
Oh, it's not even just questions. You just won't shut up.
I feel like I've been
Come
quieter
on,
in the
Ray.
cell.
Man, I wish you.
I feel like I have been quieter in the cell.
Hey, don't move.
Nope, of course. I'm just, staying back here because of the cars possibly popping in. Yep. Am I able to get in myself or no?
Watch up.
Oh, okay.
There.
Oh, God.
Come on, Riley. At 253, he's gonna be transporting one suspect to the courthouse for a bench trial.
Well, appreciate it, officer. Oh, my God. Now, I'm a bit fuzzy on bench trials and how they work. Is it, like, is there a jury as well, or is it just the judge and an officer?
Just a
and
judge.
Lawyer? Okay, thank you.
Just judging that. Man, sorry for being a dick, bro, but man, you would
Oh, dude.
not shut the hell up.
No, I completely get it. It's very different, you know, when you try and do crime and stuff.
Well, it's not even like you were talking about the bench trial. That's fine. It was just like a pillbox. You would not shut up.
I mean,
I hate so much talking. I hate talking.
I see. You're more of the strong, silent type.
I just like silence.
That is true. Fair enough.
Yeah, it wasn't that you did anything wrong. It wasn't that you were being a dick. You just wouldn't shut up, buddy.
Yeah, it was like somebody shitting your Cheerios, and I didn't want to, you know, make you feel bad or upset you more.
Yeah, everything was fine. It's just hate the fucking talking.
I got you. I got you.
Alrighty.
Oh, thank you.
We'll get a shirt on him here in a second.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
if
no
you
worries.
like, I could,
If you want to take him to the side entrance and
Okay.
you can use that way.
Yep, I'll just kind of follow you guys.
Yeah, you're just as new to this as I am.
Oh, are you a new officer?
No, I just never done a bench trial.
Oh, well, congratulations. Also, you were walking way faster than I am, Mr. Officer. I'm sorry. I am trying to be fast, you know.
Side entrance. Oh, I think he's talking here.
Oh.
I'm gonna grab you really quick.
Okay. Make
I
it go
think he's
faster.
talking about down here.
Whee!
Hello.
Store. Oh, what?
Oh, right here.
I
I've
think
never
he's
been down
talking
this
about
way.
here.
I think I can walk from here. Thank you. Alright, lead the way. It's up these stairs, right?
Cell room. Yeah, I think so.
So are you excited for a bench trial since you've never done one before?
No.
No, why not?
See, I think we come in here. Oh no.
Yes. I mean, like, I don't plan on running because obviously that doesn't work.
I'm staying here.
Of course. Riley. Riley. Do you want another another mahi? I've got some more. I don't know if you can look at my pockets.
I think it's Riley, not in the courthouse.
It's okay. Riley's a good boy either way.
Go
Riley's
sit in
a
the
good boy.
lobby while it airs out. Go sit over there.
What is this right here?
I told
Courtroom
you not to
etiquette.
give him fish.
I didn't give him any more.
I told you not to give him fish. Now we're both
Oh.
paying the cause.
Oh, Mr. Officer, could you take these handcuffs off so I can put my shirt back on?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
All right, Riley, come on, boy. Come on, Riley. Come on, bud.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to see what it's like to sit in the judge's chair.
Don't you dare.
I just want to
Don't
try it.
you
I just want to
dare.
see if it's comfy.
No.
I just want to see if it's comfy. Come on,
You think
don't
this
you?
is gonna be a good
don't you
impression
wanna
on the
see?
judge? No, get out of the chair.
Don't you? Oh, it is comfy. You should come sit on it. You should come sit on it. Yeah. It's super comfy.
Go sit back over there.
Of course, of course. Over here?
Go
Or
over
over
there.
here, okay.
Go.
Okay. Over here, okay.
Hello, Hugh.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, I was told to come in here, I believe, from Mo. So,
Yeah, he's just printing off some reports.
all right.
Oh, something fell out of my pocket, Riley.
No.
Where's my chair going?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
think Riley's been farting a little bit. Apologies for
My
him.
dog has not been doing anything. This guy decided it would be an awesome
Oh.
idea to see how the judge chairs feel, so he went up
What?
and sat on it.
Your
You
Honor,
are feeling a criminal scumbag's butt right
a
now.
criminal scumbag, sir. I have no felonies.
You do now.
Allegedly. Until now. But we'll see how that works.
Hello.
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 Wrong side, Jesse.
Why the frick can I not?
Who?
Okay, I couldn't stand up.
Uh-oh. Well, hello there, Mr. Lawyer. How are you?
So you're gonna be on that side.
Oh, I'd be on the other side? Okay.
Jesse, do you
Yeah, I can hear you.
You want to take a moment, maybe in one of these rooms or in the hallway there, to have a conversation with your client? Since
Yes, sir.
literally just
Yep.
met him?
All right, where we going?
Yes, sir. Follow me.
Jesse, come over here.
Oh. Yes. Am I supposed to come with you?
Over here.
Let me just make sure all these doors
stick
are
it
locked.
out now.
It's confusing as shit. Holy. Let's see here.
Do we go in the door? Oh, okay.
You come in here?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
come here.
I was about to say I could have run home
Yeah,
free
you can come
right
in here,
there.
too. No, the door's locked behind you, unfortunately.
Okay.
Um,
Damn.
so give me the rundown of what happened, man. What's got you in this predicament here?
Okay, go. So, I was, hanging out at my mechanic shop doing my job because I have 7 of them. I don't like doing crime because, obviously, crime is no fun. So I was trying to, do my mechanic work. I actually just became manager over at the mechanic shop.
Okay.
And I am a co-owner of Eastside Armor, along with the owner now of Leone Charters. I have 7 other jobs that I try and do, and all of them are legal jobs. And then people come up to the shop and they say, hey, we have another job if you'd like to do it. And obviously, I like doing jobs. I had no
Right.
idea that they were talking about illegal things. And then by that
Okay.
time that we were like already, oh, Jesus. By that time that we were already, in the car, and they gave me outfit, and then they said, okay, we're gonna go pick up another friend. I was like, okay, so it's like field trip with job. And they're like, yeah. And then we get to the Fleeca, and then I realized that it is no longer that kind of job that I thought.
Okay, so you're a so if we look at your record, you could say you're a fairly outstanding citizen.
Yes, I have one, small counts of misdemeanors that happened a while ago
Okay.
because unfortunately I'm not the smartest sometimes.
It's
And
okay, not everybody is.
and it happened before a while back, and I was really bad with it, and then I fucking had a lapse in judgment, and it happened again, and I'm very sad about that because I'm trying to be EMS and get a job at LSC because apparently I don't have enough jobs. My fiance, she says,
Right.
she says I have not enough.
You gotta
She
bring
wants
the
me-
bread home to your fiance, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do
Exactly, exactly.
Right.
So that's what I was
So-
trying to do, and
that. I understand.
it was a big misunderstanding.
So would you say that these items that you were carrying, you had no inclination that they were illegal in any way?
I had no idea that they were illegal items.
Okay.
And, when the officer asked me if I had anything illegal on me, I said no, because in truth I didn't. I'm not a felon, so I was allowed to carry my gun from what I was told before. And
Okay.
so, that... And
Didn't
then,
discharge your firearm?
no,
in
I
any
did
way?
not discharge firearm at all. Actually, the police officer hit me with brute force, very roughly, and I caused no
Okay.
harm to any of them. Even
I
after that,
understand.
they took me to pillbox, they checked me out again,
Right.
and then, they hurt me more.
So you could say you were fleeing for your life in the
Yes.
regard that you had no idea what was going on when the police were
Exactly.
chasing you?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. The only thing that I'm really seeing on you that's illegal is those money bags. But
Yeah, but I had no idea.
one could argue that, money bags, I mean, that could be you taking your money that you work from your 7 jobs
Mm-hmm.
to the deposit box, right?
Mhm.
Because you saving money like a good investor, and you're saving money for a rainy day or for retirement,
Exactly.
And it's important to understand that, it's a tough world out there. You got to save money. You never know what could happen. Economy could crash, and the zip ties. It's kind of horrendous that those are illegal because I mean, I use zip ties all the time to secure things at my house that I would normally use a screw for or a nail.
Exactly.
It's just a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
And the lighter, it's a very nice looking lighter.
Oh
you
yeah,
know.
no, I would
Got
love
one
my lighter
myself.
back.
So that's kind of wrong. They took that from you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And considering that you say you have no criminal record,
Well, I have
you know.
a few misdemeanors, but
right? But you don't have any felonies, right?
Mhm,
Like major
exactly.
felonies.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think we can use the basis upon your previous clean record.
Mhm.
You're a hardworking individual, trying to live out the American dream just like the rest of us.
Exactly.
Got caught up in a bad situation. People were offering you jobs. You were just being the nice fellow that you are, took the job and trying to help some fellow American out, some
Mhm.
fellow individual out, trying to get them, their wives and their children eat at night,
Yeah,
right?
I
That's
also
what,
have 2 daughters as well.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying to keep food on the table for three, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
not even
for
me
your
if I get to
wife,
eat,
for
you
your
know?
fiance, right? That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
you're that kind of level of human being that it should be cherished in a society, not beaten with a baton or tased.
Exactly.
That's very much what and judging by this, even if they place those illegal money bags on you, that's not your fault. They
It's,
told you to get a job. You're doing a job. Oh, and sir, you are a. I noticed your name. You also have an accent. You're Russian, correct? If
yes,
I'm not
sir.
mistaken. Okay.
It's Nikolai Lichnowsky.
Were you born here, or was
No,
your?
no, sadly I was not. Luckily I
Okay.
fled Russia from the hard
Right.
times and came here
Okay.
to live the dream. You know,
I
it,
understand, and see that's
it's
exactly
so
you're
hard.
trying to just live. I know, I understand. And it touches my heart that you're here trying to live out the American dream. That just touches my heart. And it's sad. Sometimes the law gets involved with that. But we'll go based off the basis of this. I think we can look at your previous record.
Mhm.
You're pretty quick. You're pretty clean aside from this one incident here.
Mhm.
I think we can look based on the fact that you're a hardworking man trying to put food on the table for your future wife and your children,
Yes,
and
yes.
you're just helping out other people, trying to get them to do the same thing.
Mhm.
And I think we also take the basis of the fact that hey, listen, those money bags, they could have been your own money. We're gonna go with the fact that if you're just doing a job, you're just doing what you're told. You're just hired on doing what you're told. You have no idea what it is.
Exactly. And then I tried
So
to figure out how to do said job because I was like, I'm not sure what's going on.
right.
Maybe we were making a deposit, and they were like, no, we can't tell you. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'm just not a high level, employee since they just
Okay.
hired
Yeah.
me,
Absolutely.
So like,
Absolutely.
I had no idea.
So yeah, absolutely. I think that's fantastic, and I think that's I hate it that you're in a situation like this that they've got you caught up. But we're gonna do our best. Me and my colleague. This is Dave here, by the way.
Well,
We're
hello,
going
Dave.
to try to fix this the best we can. Not going to guarantee any victories here. We're going to do our best to try to get you the most free and fair legal representation possible. Okay.
Of course, of course. And if I need to, I just want to say this right now. If I need to pay more reparations in order to get no time or felonies, that's fine. I'm totally fine with
Okay.
paying more, It's
Absolutely.
just more money to keep me clean so that I can continue to try and get more jobs and make more money and feed family.
I understand completely. I understand
Exactly.
completely. Okay. Well, I'm going to go have a word with. Let's go back upstairs. I'm going to go have a word with the
The people.
ADA, and
Okay.
we're going to get this rolling. All right.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Just follow us. Okay. All right. We're all ready to go, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Oh, could
Alright.
I pet that dog still? They never let me pet the dog.
No.
Oh,
See what I'm having to deal with, sir?
You
I
gave him
understand.
fish, and I had to deal with the farts. I had to.
I would have dealt with the farts. He's a good dog.
Alright.
y'all just being super quiet right now?
I
Yes.
believe the judge is currently finishing looking over
Gotcha.
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
case.
I just wanted to
You
make
guys
sure my
waiting on
ears were
me?
working.
Yes,
Yeah,
Your
we're
Honor.
Yes.
You just said something.
Oh,
we're
Worries,
waiting
no
on you.
worries.
it's whenever you're ready, sir.
All right, court is now in order. Mr. Oh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce your last
Mr.
name.
Lichnowsky.
Lichnowsky.
Yes, sir.
One second, my tablet decided to malfunction.
It's technology. It's always bad, you know?
Crazy.
All right, you are currently being charged with bank robbery, evasion, false imprisonment, and resisting arrest. How do you plead to the count of bank robbery?
I plead not guilty.
To the count of evasion,
I plead not guilty.
false imprisonment,
Not guilty.
resisting arrest.
I plead not guilty as well, sir.
All right, I have entered in a not guilty plea on all counts. Gentlemen, you may make your opening statements, starting with the prosecution.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. Your Honor, Officer Briley, Mr. Lichnowsky.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. And everyone else here in attendance, firstly, on behalf of the state of San Andreas, we would like to use this time to state that we are requesting not the maximum sentence, but a fair and equal representation of the crimes currently facing. So at this time, that is all I have, and I will then let Mr. Jones take.
Thank you. And Your Honor, I have spoken deeply with my client, and with regards to this gentleman here, in the short time that I have spoken with him, he has struck me as amicable, honorable, and a hard-working man. You see, Mr. Lichnowsky, he comes from a great nation, but not as great as our own.
It's very
And,
cold and hard, you know?
Absolutely. And he is just trying to live the great, wonderful American dream that our forefathers intended for each and every one of us. And I feel that, you know, especially in this current state of our entire state we live in, crime is rampant. There's no arguing that. There is a lot of crime. But with crime, there comes people that get caught up in bad situations. And it's easy to fall victim to peer pressure and false hope some of these individuals give to innocent people like Mr. Lichnowsky here. He has expressed to me that he is working many different jobs just to keep food on the table for his family.
I could list all
And-
7 if need be, by the way.
Thank you,
Mr.
Mr.
Lichnowsky, if you speak out of turn in this courtroom one more time, I'm going to hold you in contempt.
Oh, okay.
Yep. See, that's the exact thing. Is, you know, he's not from this country. He doesn't understand the basic, you know, evil crimes that these heinous criminals try to push on this man. Okay? And this has got to stop. This is ridiculous. You have to be able to separate the innocent from the guilty. I feel from this man's point of view that I've spoken with him, he is just an honest man trying to work and make a living. He got caught up with some bad individuals, swayed him in the wrong way, and obviously led him down something that he didn't want to do. And in regards to him fleeing from officers, he was scared, as anybody would be. You know, you're getting in and you're working a new job. They don't tell you what they tell you what to do and you do it. They don't tell you what the basis of everything that's going on. And all of a sudden, it's crazy. You're getting chased by police. I mean, I would run. I mean, I'd run scared too. I'll be honest. So I feel like there needs to be some leniency in regards to that, Your Honor. And I feel that my client, if given the second opportunity here today, would not make the same mistake falling with the bad crowd again. And that is it for my opening statement. Thank you.
All right, State, do you have any witnesses you'd like to
How do I cross my
present?
arms, by the way, like that?
Your Honor, the state would like to call Officer Matthews to the stand.
Oh, wrong
All
one.
right, since we don't have a bailiff, Officer Matthews, I'll swear you in. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you pickle? All right. He's been sworn in.
All right, thank you. Officer Matthews, would you please describe to the full extent of your knowledge everything from the call you received to what you witnessed arriving on scene?
Alrighty. We got a call for the Chumash Flika that the alarm was tampered with. When arriving on scene, there was 3 suspects, including Lichanowski. Did I say that right? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
With 1 hostage. When going there, they both, all 3 suspects that were in front had guns drawn, including Lichanowski. And the whole time they were very, they were all into my dogs. They didn't care that they were robbing a bank or, had someone hostage. After some negotiations, we got the hostage out safely. They got into a black and yellow Buffalo and fled the scene. We went on a chase for about, I'd say about 15 minutes until they all got out and got into another black Buffalo and fled again, which then led into another 10, 15-minute chase. After that, an extensive chase, we did start going in for pits. We started pitting, and that is when they went around Red Garage on the freeway right there. Oh my gosh. Sorry. And Lichanowski hopped out on foot and jumped down and we started going on foot. I stayed in my car and pursued the Black Buffalo, which we eventually lost eyes on. Lichanowski was, I believe, batoned and cuffed. We brought him down to Pillbox with EMS to get him some treatment. We uncuffed him due to EMS wanting him to be uncuffed to take care of him better. After he got out of the bed, he kept asking for an apology from the one officer, which I said, we can't, he's not here. I said, just put your hands up. He was asking for a smoke break. I said, no, we gotta go. And then that's when he decided to run out of the hospital. He was then tased and cuffed again. And brought to MRPD, and that's when he asked for the bench trial.
And another question, first and foremost, how long, to your best memory, have you served with the LSPD?
9 months, 8 months, 10 months? Close to a year. It's been a long time.
Okay. And it's safe to assume that this is not the first bank robbery you've witnessed as an officer, correct?
Very true.
Okay. With that, you said that you were negotiating for freedom of the hostage, correct?
Confirm.
Was the defendant actively taking part in said negotiations?
Honestly, no. The entire time he kept trying just to pet the canine, was giving the canine fish. Even at one point I said like, hey, I'll let you pet the dog if you give yourself up. Which he seemed very tempted with that, but yeah, the entire time he was very just distracted by the dog.
Okay. And another question, Officer Matthews. Upon termination of the negotiations in which you guys had secured the individual being held hostage, would you say that there would be a possibility for an individual to surrender and give themselves up?
Like after we got the hostage, yes.
Yes. So there was ample time.
Yes, sir. When they exited the bank to get into the vehicle, there was a lot of hesitation for the driver to get into the driver's seat. They were all kind of like running around the car. So there was plenty of time for him to kind of like rethink it because there was a lot of time of the driver not actively being in the driver's
It's
seat.
very confusing, you know.
Okay. And upon initial custody of the defendant, you guys followed all of your procedures, took him to receive the medical treatment he so deserves, and that is when he had the opportunity to escape again, correct?
I believe he was baton because I was in my car chasing the original car, but I believe EMS came to the scene, and then transported him to Pillbox. And like I said, we
Just trying to
uncuffed
get
him and
the smoke,
everything.
you
Like
know.
we didn't have to get him better treatment, and that's when he decided to run afterwards.
Also, the officer was very harsh to me.
Okay.
Very verbally
And
harsh, you know. Okay.
one moment. So, based off your testimony today, the defendant clearly had ample opportunity to cooperate, give himself up if he was, possibly, wrong place, wrong time. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, I have no further questions for this witness.
All right. Defense, you wish to question Mr. Matthews?
Yes, Your Honor, if you may. I
All
may.
right.
So, Mr. Matthews, I want to ask you. So, the defendant was he? You said he was batoned, correct?
I do
is he
believe
but
so. I can't confirm that or deny that. I do believe he
Okay.
was baton from his statements.
I understand. So from what I read, if I pull the document out here, um, let's see, chased on foot and attempted 2 taser deployments, and
Where did
utilized
you
strike baton when suspect ran directly towards. This is
Okay, yeah,
324.
that was the guy who batoned him. Yes,
Okay.
he wasn't really there the entire scene. He was only there for that, and he just threw that in.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's fair to say that he didn't really give the defendant much. I mean, 2 taser deployments, he must have not chased him very long. You know what I'm saying? Like, he must have just.
I would have to disagree because we were chasing that car for another like few minutes once
Okay.
Lichnowsky got on foot.
Okay.
And in my opinion, with 2 taser deployments, that's another time to give yourself up. Like I don't
I
want to get
understand.
tased again.
I understand, but when you have adrenaline going through your mind when something's going on, it's kind of hard to think
Yeah,
straight.
of course.
But I'd like to also ask you: have you ever had any negative run-ins with Mr. Lichnowsky before?
Never. This is my first time. I
And
believe
would I
so.
be correct in saying that he has never had a felony before this?
Yes.
Okay. So, from that, I would think it's safe to say that he has been pretty much a law-abiding citizen up to this issue that he got himself found in.
I would say so. The only thing that would kind of make me argue that is how much it seemed like he was enjoying it. There's never any kind of scaredness from him.
Well, hold on now. Admitted that he was very in love with your beautiful, beautiful canine right here, right? So maybe it was in confusion that he was in love with, the job he was doing as much as he was in love with the fact that he seen a really awesome, cute dog, right? That to me shows a kind-hearted, gentle man as opposed to a money-hungry bank robber. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I totally agree with that, and I definitely see that more.
I think yeah. I'm glad that we're on the same page, and I appreciate that. But I think that it warrants the fact that knowing these things and seeing how Mr. Lichnowsky, I keep stuttering there. Excuse me for that.
It's okay.
You can see that he has been a law-abiding citizen. Like I said, he's just trying to put on the table for his family to ensure that his family eats every night, which anyone here can respect. If we're being honest here, and we can all understand that, you know, sometimes you get. I'm sure, officer, that you get on the job sometimes and you go to scenes and you just attach when somebody says they need help. Correct.
Mhm.
So with that same implication, being the kind-hearted man that Mr. Lichnowsky is, he was just wanting to help out some fellow individuals, not asking really too many questions about what was going on. He was just willing to help and lend a helping hand, like a good neighbor or a good Samaritan would do. Correct.
Mhm.
I think with that, the court and as well as the justice system should not punish somebody for being in the wrong place, wrong time.
Hey, I'm going to add this really quick because I just saw this.
Okay.
Yes, you were right that he was never faced. Sorry about that. He was never faced with a felony, but if you do look through his reports, he was charged 2 months ago for Evangelico's robbery. For some reason, he wasn't faced with the felony robbery. He was just faced with theft.
Okay.
But he was involved in Evangelico's robbery, so he does have a prior of robbing stuff.
Okay. Well, again, like I said, being the kind-hearted man, you never, it's easy to just never ask questions and just go and do things. But I understand where you're coming from. You know, I just overall, I feel like this man, from like I said, the story he's told me, I feel that, uh, and from the implications you gave me, he seems like an honest person, aside from the one mishap, we've encountered today. And I'll be honest, the running away from the police officers, yes, he did maybe have opportunity, but it's kind of the thing when you don't eat and you don't provide your family with food and you don't provide your family with monetary value to live, if that puts in jeopardy, a lot of people would jump at the pit to try to make sure that their people eat. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily a heinous crime of any sort. He had a weapon, but never deployed it or used it.
He did have a deployed, yes.
But he never used the weapon. He never fired the weapon, correct?
No. Well, as long as I know, never at us, at least.
Okay. So that to me also shows some
test
resistance
for
there
GSR.
as far as the person
They
he
need
is,
to.
knowing that he is a good person, and has a good heart, and like again, just got mixed up with some bad situations. But I hope that the judge and everybody else in the court can see that. That's all I have for now. Appreciate it.
State, do you have any redirects?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Officer Matthews, at this time, you are dismissed from the witness stand.
All right.
State, do you have any more witnesses you'd like to call?
Your Honor, the state would like to call the defendant to the stand.
Is that me? Oh, that's me. Okay, okay.
You're good. You're good.
Just over here, correct, sir?
That's correct.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Lichnowsky,
Yes, sir.
do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you pickle?
Absolutely.
All right, he is sworn in.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Lechnowsky, can you, to the best of your ability and recollection, recall the start of the incident starting at Chumash?
At Chumash? If it's
The
okay,
Chumash bank.
if it's okay, I would like to start a little earlier than that, because that's when everything kind of started.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So I woke up this morning, and then got ready, got my work uniform on for Okamoto, where I manage the shop over there, trying to get that one set up. I was working, say hey to my daughters, and then just helping cars out, selling them things, getting repairs done. And then, I believe you said it was Buffalo, despite me working at the mechanic shop. I do not, fully know cars. But I believe it was a Buffalo that pulled up, asked for a repair, and then asked if anybody wanted to, make some extra money doing another job. And like I already do, I have 7 jobs, but I'm still trying to feed the family. So whenever another opportunity to help my family and help, people out comes, I do take it so that I can try and help. So I hop in the car to help, them. Then they tell me to put on these clothes. They tell me to hop in car. I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to a different location to do this job. I mean, I've worked at the VU Burger Shot, so I've got lots of different jobs, and all of them are very different sometimes. So I'm not familiar with all the jobs that you can do. And then we end up, picking a Santa Claus up, which I thought we were doing something, Christmas related, because, my name is Nikolai, and sometimes people call me Saint Nikolai, and we pick up a Santa. So I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing, Christmas caroling for money or something. And then we end up, like you say, at the Flika over on Chumash. And that's when everything kind of starts to set in. It's not exactly a job, you know? And so then, we sit there in the front, me and the Santa Claus. Yes, I had my gun drawn. However, I did not fire it or point it at the as you said, hostage. So we were sitting up there and we were, talking, having fun. I thought we were just doing something over there, but it did feel a little off, and that's my bad for not realizing that it was, not an actual job. But we were sitting there singing Christmas carols, having, a good old time, and then Riley, and then, what was your name, Mr. Officer?
That's Officer Matthews.
Officer Matthews pulls up, and then, of course, I had barely seen any dogs around here, so of course, I would like to pet dog, and then, eventually people in the building, they say, okay, get in the car. I'm like, okay. So I get in the car and then realize adrenaline's going. I'm not sure what's going on. It's the wrong place, wrong time. And we start driving, and it just keeps going downhill from there. We end up, driving around a little while more. They tell me get out of car and get into other car. I'm still very confused because there's police. Every once in a while, I look back and I see Riley in the passenger seat of officer's car right there, and I get distracted again because I mean, who can't get distracted by puppies? They're so cute, and Riley was so sweet. And then eventually,
Please remain on topic here,
oh,
sir.
sorry. And then eventually we get, as you said, to the red garage, and they tell me to get out, and I'm very confused as to why they tell me to get out. And then I just start running as police officers start chasing. I'm very confused. They start trying to tase me, which I've heard that hurts, and I don't want to be tased. They keep trying, and they tried another one, and then eventually an officer, I don't know what happened, but he is very fast. And he beat me with baton twice. It hurt a lot. The entire time when I was running, I just wanted to pet the dog. I was confused. Then, EMS gets there. Then I ask for a transport over to EMS so that Nurse Nancy can help take care of me. Not that the EMS couldn't, but, just in case. Then we get there. They treat me. I ask officer over there if he could, find the other officer who decided that it would be a great idea to bludgeon me horribly for just an apology, because I'd never caused anyone harm. From my knowledge, the Santa was very, very good, very happy. I even offered him food while we were there. And then at that point he said no again, so I asked for smoke break, and I thought he said yes, so I ran to the door to try and get the smoke, and then I got tased again, and then transported to the what was it, MRPD? So it's just very confusing time. I'm just trying to make money to feed my family, and then those people came and asked for help.
Okay. And as you stated earlier, after you had agreed to help, at this point, you mentioned that you did not know exactly what was going on. You were offered an opportunity. Whenever you stated, let me check my notes, that you went and picked up a Santa Claus. And what form of fashion did Santa Claus get into the car? Was, you guys pull up and then just open up a door and he got in?
So what happened was, whenever we pulled up to the Santa Claus, one of the people got out, and I couldn't exactly see what they were doing, but they told him to get in, and he hopped in the back seat with me. So that's why I was very confused, you know, because usually, from what I've heard, people get in trunks, right? So it was confusing that he got into back seat. So that's why I thought we were still doing, you know, another job. We were just picking up another person, like to go caroling, you know.
Okay. One follow-on question. When you mean people normally get in the trunks, are you talking about prior experiences,
I
or
have
what
been
is your
put into
reasoning
trunks. That
behind
that is
thinking
why.
people?
Like I have been
Okay.
hostage several times. So that's why whenever he got in back seat, I was like, okay, we're doing normal job thing.
Okay, so you were confused that he didn't get in the trunk, and yet you
No sir, no
didn't
sir.
know that he was being used as a hostage.
Yes, I was, you know, not confused. I thought we were doing a job where, you know, we pick up another person to go and do like caroling, like I said. Please do not mince words. English is not
I'm
easy.
not, sir, but you mentioned that you believe, and I quote, you were confused because you didn't see exactly what happened, but another individual told the Santa Claus to get in, and you said that you were confused because normally people get in trunks and not in the back seat with you.
Yes, sir.
Am I correct?
Well, so with that, yes, because after all, I am here because apparently Flika, and that's why I'm saying usually people get in trunks. But that, you know, today, the first time, I have never, you know, never seen someone get in the back seat. So that's why I thought we were just picking somebody up, because usually people get picked up, and you know, whenever you're doing jobs, you pick people up and you put them, you know, in the back seat with you so that you can go do like trucking, or maybe going to work at Burger Shot, or it's like a friend thing, you know. But I have been a hostage before, and they usually put people in trunks. That's why I'm confused as to why they put him in, you know, there, because I didn't know what was going
Hmm.
on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at what point would you consider yourself aware that this was not a regular job, like Burger Shot or something, but in fact a bank robbery?
I believe I realized after the second car swap, when you know I thought we were getting bills to, you know, help the bank do things, and they just they I think they said something in the car, you know, about cutting wires, and that's when I kind of realized. That's why I was like, I'm gonna just get out of this car and hopefully understandable. But then they started firing tasers, and I got scared.
Okay. So at no point during the time where you had a Santa Claus at the entry, guns drawn, and officers responding on scene, did you not get a, maybe a hint of suspicion that something wasn't right?
No, sir, because we were singing Christmas carols.
Okay. And would you please provide us what you were exactly, instructed to do or were doing during the bank robbery?
I was just instructed to sit in the front and talk to Santa, and we were talking and singing Christmas carols.
Okay. And after officers arrived on scene and negotiations were taking place for release of the individual now labeled as a hostage, uh, you're saying you still didn't, catch on that something wasn't adding up?
No, with you know being from Russia, the English is sometimes hard and it gets confusing.
Okay.
So
In Russia, do you guys have a police force?
the
Regular
SSR
cops like you see with that?
is
No, no,
usually
no. Just
no, it's usually the SSR, just
okay. And do
full.
they have, similar police cars that, the members of the LSFD or
It
LSPD, I
is usually
apologize.
tanks and jeep vehicles with massive guns on back.
Any flashing lights or anything like that? Anything that, make them look like a what we call here police cruisers?
No,
Okay. So, Officer Matthews mentioned that multiple occasions you were interacting with his K9 partner, Riley.
yes,
Uh, you had not at all noticed on the side of, the vest that he's wearing, where it says in bright white letters, police.
No, I saw his floppy ears and his floppy tongue. I got distracted by the doggy face. It's hard to take
Okay.
eyes off of the doggy face. Let's be real, sir.
No worries. So we'll jump ahead now to, you guys all getting into the Buffalo and driving away.
Yes, sir.
Whenever the first vehicle, the Buffalo, came to a stop, and you were told, as you said, by the other members involved with the bank robbery, to get out and get into another vehicle. You're still saying at this point you had no idea that anything was amiss.
No. It somewhat was a miss, but it was still very confusing as adrenaline was going, and I was confused.
Okay. Now we'll fast forward again to the chase in which the officers started performing pit maneuvers to attempt to stop the vehicle. You're saying again at that point you still had no idea anything was weird, or
That was when it started to get a little confusing, as officers, as you said, were trying to stop the vehicle. And that's when it got a little inclination of it might not be what I thought it was.
okay. And at what point in time are you able to remember you being able to identify that Officer Matthews was indeed a police officer?
Believe it was right before right before we got to the red garage. One of the people in the car said something about, the lights and the police and the bank and snipping wires, and then I realized that it wasn't really what it was. And so that's
Okay.
when I got out of the car and ran, as I was afraid of what was going on, and I did not want to be associated with it.
Okay. So it's fair to assume that at that point you knew that these were police officers chasing you guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And obviously you stated, adrenaline, confusion, but if you felt that you did nothing wrong, or, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, why continue to flee instead of talk to the officers and try to solve what was going on?
It was at that point that I recollected back to when I was working at the shop, and we have all kinds of people come in, and I've heard lots of rumors about police being very malicious and hurtful to people. So I got scared for also police and started running, as I did not want to get hurt.
Okay. So we'll say that you had a reasonable, in your opinion, fear of the police.
Yes. Into which I guess it was fucking correct, as I got beaten instead of talked to.
Well, I guess it would be safe to assume that whenever the officers are trying to get you to stop and probably talk, you continue running could put them in a dangerous situation, as it was already clear to them that you had a weapon inside the Fleeca. Correct?
Yes, I am allowed to have a weapon on me, but I did not have it out during the entirety of the chase because I, knew police officers. I did not want to pull a gun, as that would be hurtful to me and them, and I did not want to cause any harm to anybody.
Okay, but you could, reasonably believe that from the officer's perspective, it was probably pretty dark out while you guys were running away and running through a pretty busy area in which there's a lot of buildings that could be hidden behind, correct?
I do not believe so.
Okay. So at this point, we've already stated that you have already realized that something wasn't right, that these are in fact officers of the law pursuing you, giving you commands to stop, stop running, stop resisting, all of this, correct?
I guess, but it's still fear of officers, especially after what happened with the governor.
Again, I'm going to ask you to remain on topic and answer the question that I proposed to you. If you need me to reiterate it again, I can.
Could you please reiterate?
Yes. So at this point where you are running at the red garage after the second vehicle swap in which you exit the vehicle, you had already known that these were officers of the law and that you were not led to believe that there was a normal job and that there was some suspicion that something else was at play. Correct?
Yes, and I was very scared.
Okay. Now we'll jump ahead again to when you were taken into custody after being incapacitated due to the baton.
Yes.
At that point, the medical personnel requested that the officers take you out of handcuffs, correct?
Yes, sir, to treat the wounds that the officer had put on me.
Okay. And in Russia, do you guys have handcuffs or anything similar to that?
I do not believe so, no.
Okay. Well, we'll just skip past that then. Whenever the officer told you that it was time to put your hands up again, you requested a smoke break, correct?
That is correct, to which I then headed to door to get smoke break. As in Russia, they
But
allow
you
us
did
to
not-
smoke.
But you did not wait for a confirmation of, yes, you can have a smoke break. You just assumed.
I thought he had said yes. I guess I had misheard
Okay.
him.
And at any point in time, whenever you were, making your way outside to take your smoke break, the officer tell you to stop?
No, I was simply tased in the back.
Okay. Your Honor, at this point, I do not have any further questions, and I will be turning over the witness to the defense if they have any questions.
I do have just a few questions for my defendant. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Oh, crap. I'm just going to put this here so I can use it for reference. Mr. Lichnowsky, so would you agree that America and Russia are very different in terms of what we do here? How we
Yes,
handle things?
yes, sir.
Before you proceed on this line of questioning, Jesse, I will make it known that you can only ask questions relating to questions the state has already addressed at this point.
I got you, Your Honor. Thank you. So I feel like that we can all agree that, with crime being relatively common, can all agree that it's easy for one to get into criminal activity, correct?
Yes.
And we can see that it is imperative that we have people work jobs that are legal and so they can, perform the duties that they need to at their home life as well as at their job, correct?
Yes,
And
sir.
I think it's imperative, and speaking on the fact that the prosecution was speaking on how the officer batoned Mr. Lichnowsky. I feel that it was, in my mind, an unnecessary use of the baton. If correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the baton considered? Is it considered lethal or lethal force?
It is not as considered
It
less
is not
than lethal.
less than lethal force. Okay. I feel that it accompanied with a taser is a little bit excessive. And I understand that the officer could not perform the taser, but I feel that, trying to tase the man whilst also hitting him in the head with a baton, I think that it's a little bit excessive to me. That's just my own opinion. I mean, this man, he's got adrenaline running through his mind, and everything's going on. And is it true, Mr. Lichnowsky, that you were very fearful? Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Up until the point that you realized something was going on, you were you kind of zoned out. You know how you get adrenaline and you were you were just focusing on, getting out of there, right? That was what your focus was.
Yes, sir. I
Correct.
was.
Okay. I feel like with that, and the fact that, he got popped in the head with a baton, uh, obviously that is a scary thought, right? Nobody wants to get hit in the head with a baton. I feel like, that when you're in a state of mind, sometimes, you can't hear reason at some points. I know you officers behind me, you probably, before encountered a little bit of PTSD with some situations. Would you agree? And I think that it's, it's a traumatic event in one's life. This is a big deal. This is the kind of stuff your mom and dad raised you not to do, right? So with that, I feel like there's some PTSD in here. But my final question is, Mr. Lichanowski, do you regret your actions today in terms of choosing the wrong, issue and not realizing it sooner? Do you regret that?
I do. And if it may be stated, I would like to, pay full reparations to the Mr. Santa Claus, as I thought he was going on a job for caroling. So I'd like to make sure he does get paid his reparations.
I understand. That's all the questions I have, Your Honor. I thank you.
All right. Massimo, do you have any redirects?
Not at this time, no.
All right, sir. You may step down.
Okay.
Does the state have any other witnesses it would like to call?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, please give me a couple minutes to deliberate here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may proceed with a closing statement.
Yes, go ahead, do that. Sorry.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Make it a quick one. We've been here for a while.
Yes, Your Honor. Throughout my examination of both Officer Matthews and the defendant here, we have proved that at some point in time during this interaction, the defendant recognized and confirmed that he was being pursued by law enforcement. He did state that he was fearful for outside knowledge that he was given an opinion. However, he did confirm that he promptly recognized Officer Matthews and the other officer attached that was chasing him at the Red Garage as law enforcement officers and still continued to flee. He also stated that he, during the foot pursuit, realized that he was possibly in the wrong mindset and thinking that it was a job, and was starting to piece together that he was in fact part of a crime. So I do believe that enough reason has been shown in questioning that whether it be later or during the commission of the crime, the defendant was aware of his actions and still proceeded to evade in the attempts of escape from law enforcement. The state would like to request that the judge take that into deliberation while making your decision and ruling. And at that, the state rests.
Defense, do you have any closing statements?
Yes, Your Honor. So I would like to say, on behalf of me and my client, that we rest well in knowing that he is a resourceful man and a good man at heart, and he is just trying to achieve the same goals that each and every one of us in this courtroom are trying to achieve. Unfortunately, like everywhere in the world, there are some bad individuals that get mixed up into the mix, and try to dissuade somebody into doing something that they do not really intend to do. And I feel that oftentimes too many innocent people are convicted. But I feel that with this remarks that I've made today and with the remarks of the defendant, I feel that we know that humanity is still at play here. Look at this man, what an example of him he is, trying to provide for his family, honorably, legally, within every confine of the law. I ask that the judge, as that's your honor, that you take into consideration that this man is in fact trying his best to do the best for his family, whilst also maintaining a fairly clean record. With that, I rest my case. Thank you.
Right. I'm going to go deliberate in my office for a second. I will be right back out with my judgment.
Okay, so
All right.
like,
For sure, whispering.
oh yeah, I know.
I feel like that went well. I feel like,
that went pretty well.
yeah. I feel like hopefully if we can get if the judge is lenient, which I hope he is, I feel that we can seriously maybe get you out of here with some fines, maybe.
Yeah, I'm fine with the full fines and like misdemeanors, you know, if
I
we can.
understand. I understand. You did well on the podium.
Thank you.
I'll say that.
I was fucking nervous
You
as
did
shit.
well. Right, as you should have been.
Yeah.
But you did well, and I think that you told the truth, and I think understandably, well, you just said it from your point of view, and I feel like that's going to get us a long way. So overall, I feel like it went well. Hopefully, we get the victory. But we will see as soon as he gets out. But as far as that, I think overall, our remarks and statements were clean, executed properly. How do you feel about it, Dave? What'd you think, buddy?
I think it's gone reasonably well. Closing statement was pretty strong.
Yeah, I think we I appreciate that. I think we conducted an orderly manner. I feel like that'll go a long way.
Although I am also holding back a lot of tension for wanting to go pet that dog. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
I understand. I understand.
I just want to
completely.
pet that dog though.
It's very distracting. Very
I
distracting.
know. I want to go give it another mahi, but like, I don't want to get in trouble for doing that again.
Yeah, best maybe to not do that for a while.
Yeah, not right now. Yeah. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sweating bullets right now.
It's all right. If this is the only felonies you get, then we'll be fine.
I know, but also trying to get a job at LSC, which you need to not be a felon for, along with EMS.
We can get it all figured out if you. I mean, I'm pretty confident. I think I think we might have this, but if we don't, we can be optimistic. We can get you a record expungement.
What do you
Not
think
much
about talking about giving reparations to the Santa Claus?
was good. It
Was
was
that a
good.
good additive?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it would hurt you in any way, but maybe like I said, try to stay on topic, and
Oh yeah.
it's the kind of thing that that they do get a little pissy about. But you know,
Yeah.
you did well and talking while the judge was talking, but that's all right.
Yeah, I didn't know about that part.
There we go.
Oh god.
We'll be fine.
All right. So, when judging cases like this, it can be very difficult to sort through fact and fiction, or try to understand what's going on in the situation in its entirety. In these cases, I have to rely on what is called the reasonable person, which in a reasonable person in society would act in good faith, uh, or within the norms of the society that they're living in. Uh, while I was back there deliberating, I did a quick Google search and found that Russia does indeed have a police force and has had a police force since the 16th century. So, any reasonable person living in Russia or the United States would have a reasonable expectation to know what a police officer is.
Motherfucker googled.
With that being said, considering today's actions and Mr. Lichnowsky's previous actions, I find the following. Bank robbery, I find you guilty. Evasion, I find you guilty. False imprisonment, I find you guilty. Resisting arrest, I'm going to go ahead and drop that charge. You are hereby ordered to pay fines of $1,000. You are to serve 20 months in the state penitentiary with a restitution of $10,000. Does anyone have any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
No. No, Your
All
Honor.
right. Court is adjourned.
Kind of shit.
Alrighty, let's go.
Sorry about that, buddy.
Alright, put your hands up.
Can I pet that dog though?
No. You made me sit through an hour court case so you can
Yo.
get 20 months.
I was trying to get none. But apparently that judge is not very nice.
No, he just saw through your bullshit.
I don't believe it was that. Riley, do you want another mahi? You hungry?
Alrighty. Alright, let's go.
Damn, Naruto.
Okay, Riley. I guess whatever. Alrighty. Alrighty, goodbye.